What is up, YouTube? Today we're going to be going over a cover 2 money play. This is going to torch cover 2 on both sidelines, and it's pretty effective, and it's available in almost any playbook you use. I'm assuming most playbooks, if not probably for a couple here and there, don't have this. Now, this formation, you guys have heard it. It's going to be the single back deuce close, and realistically, this actually doesn't require any adjustments to run whatsoever to be a cover 2 on both sides. Now, we are going to be using the roll out cheese. Yep. If it works, it works. I don't know why you would argue against it. And we're going to be going into the play called bench. Now, this is more similar to what a bench switch would look like. So, you may see bench, you may see bench switch. It kind of just depends on the playbook that you're in. But we're going to be going into bench. This is the Houston Texans offensive playbook. We're going to spend a couple days in this, lab around it, mess around with the playbook, see what we can find on it, see if maybe we can find a scheme. But to start out, we're going to go into a Tampa 2, a cover 2 with cloud flats. Now, two things. If you guys are playing Mut Identifier is going to be extremely helpful in this situation. If you guys are not playing Mut, we're going to be running it with a couple different variations. But this first one's going to be really helpful when we're going against somebody who likes to user a linebacker or user a safety. It's going to be a really big piece of information if you can recognize that. But let's just say, for imagination's sake, alright, imagine like SpongeBob. I don't know if you guys remember that episode or not. But let's just imagine that they're using Dante Hightower. Oftentimes, users are going to take away either a corner out or a drag. They're seldom going to be looking for a delay fade because of just how sometimes random it can be and when it's used. So we're going to go ahead and take advantage of that. To kind of simulate this, we're going to go ahead and man him up to the corner. We're just going to say the user takes away the corner. Even though it's going to get open, it's not, okay? Really easy setup. We're going to go ahead and drag Y, streak A, block your running back. And this setup, we're going to be rolling out to the right. Also important note, if you're going to be running it like this, then you want to be in the middle of the hash marks. If you're going to run it like this, you could run it, but just on a hash mark, just make sure that Tyreek Hill is on the wide side. And the next setup, we'll explain a little bit why it's important to be in the middle. So let's go ahead and double team, snap the ball, roll out, and you can see right there, take our underneath stuff. But also, there's one final piece of the puzzle, this little delay fade. Now, of course, they could start manning them up, but that's when you start switching what side you're going to run it on. So, again, delay fade your tight end, drag the opposite side tight end from where you're going to roll out. In this case, we're rolling out right, so we're going to drag the Y tight end or the left side tight end. And now, let's do the same imagination. They're going to guard the corner out. And so now let's snap the ball, put our tight end on our release route, pass lead it to the inside and up, and you can see, bang, dot. This is a very good play to use to force the user on deciding what they're going to guard. Now, we could actually switch it. So say these just start bagging you up on the right side. What you want to do is just switch the sides you're going to run it to. And if essentially you're just going to flip everything you do. So Y on a delay fade, A on a drag. So now they might think, hey, he's constantly running it to the right, so I need to go guard this corner out. When in reality, we've basically just flipped it. And now we're going to be running it towards the opposite direction. So now we're going to go double team, cut block, snap the ball off. Guys, we always forget we got that check and release. You can see, bang. If the user's not there, you can hit this corner out every single time. It's a super easy play, and it's going to be extremely effective against any kind of cover 2 they may send out on the field. A lot of people like to run a cover 2 against us, me included. But it's a basic play, and you know what? It works. So now, with that in mind, you could just flip it and run it the opposite direction, but you can also run this play stock. What we want to do is just streak both tight ends, and that's just going to help pull those zoned out players so they can't react to the corner routes, especially you guys who are playing Mut. I'm sure you've ran into 99 zoned out with 99 speed, and maybe even lurk on them. These two streaks are going to help pull the safeties down and allow these corners to get over the top. And essentially at this point, you're just choosing what side you want to roll out on. So for now, what we're going to go ahead and do is roll out to the left. So let's snap the ball, wait for it, bang. Pass lead it to the outside. Try to get a little bit better of a swerve catch. And you can see, dot. The same thing is going to go for the other side of the field as well. So let's just go ahead, double team this guy. And now let's say, okay, they're picking up on the corner on the right side. Let's go ahead and roll out to the right, or sorry, the left. Click on, do a little bit better of a catching than what I did right there. And you can see yet again, bang, easy dot over the top of a cloud flat. So it's pretty simple to hit. And again, you can mix in this one kind of route combo the entire time. Just drag and have a high-low read on that one side of the cloud flat with the delayed fade. But if you do have this, there's one important thing to note. If you set it up like this, you can actually still roll out and hit this corner out with opacity to the outside and up, still for an easy completion. Now this is a Tampa 2. Let's go ahead and just hot route these X and B's DBs into soft squats. Soft squats are going to play the same thing as if it were to be a cloud flat. Again, soft squats in particular, I like to keep these out routes on the field because it helps suck them down a lot easier than cloud flats. So again, let's roll out. You can see bang, dot. Super simple. Now, one thing that's important to know about soft squats is they often translate over to a cloud flat when there's no just straight vertical threat. For example, if we were to max protect and motion out Sammy Watkins, they won't match. They'll just play as a cloud flat. Even if we were to do something like this, similar to where we are attacking regular cloud flats, they're still going to play it just like a cloud. Let's go ahead and roll out to the right. Wait, bang, dot. Now that time we're trying to click on and stay inbounds, but you can see it kind of warped us out to begin with. But again, same reaction as if we were to be going against cloud flats. So now we're gonna go double team. We'll get a cut block on this guy, snap the ball. There's the cut block. Now we're gonna roll out and bang, dot. So soft squats, hard flats, it's gonna be really easy to beat this over the top. Hard flats, you'll see people like to put, if they really need that turnover, they'll put it down like 4th and 1 in kind of prediction of you throwing the checkdowns, when in reality you can take it over the top. So this is a very easy way to attack those people that like to run a stock cover 2. So now let's just hot route these guys back into soft squats, and we're going to set it up like we did against a simple old cloud flat. Again, same principle is going to remain behind this. Bang, just take your checkdowns. I thought I put that guy in a delay fade. I must have forgot. But if they were to chase the drag, you're going to have this delay fade right here. Let's go ahead and double team this guy so you can roll out, making sure you're hitting the right button for bang, an easy completion for a gain of about, 15-17 yards. So this play, while it's super simple, it's extremely effective to be able to get some solid yards off of any kind of cover 2 that the defense may run. Now, let's talk a little bit about defense, and we're going to talk about rollout corners in a completely separate video. It's something, there's a lot to it. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about defense. First off, the best way to contain rollout corners is use a rush. Now, we'll be a little bit more specific, but with this, it's going to be sending the house. So really what you want to do is go ahead and just send 6 or even 7, and then from there, again, being careful that if they do put their tight end on a streak, you're taking that away and then just letting the blitz come home. What I like to do in this situation, if it is not a running down, do not do this if you think they may run the ball. If there's a slight chance of them running the ball, get into run defense. What I like to do right here is bring my user down and then just scream at them. So let's go ahead and keep it contained. I'm going to blitz myself as well. And they may do something like this. If they see that happening, they may go ahead and streak their tight ends. On the backside, I like to man up that safety that's going to be lined up essentially with the tight end, so you don't have to be worried about getting hit by a streak. So let's go ahead and snap this ball. So you can see right there, we're going to go ahead and scream if they do not max protect. And on top of that, you can't cut block. Well, you could cut block, but it's going to be very difficult to be able to get outside the pocket without having somebody just ball hawk you down. So again, you're going to want to send the crib, man up the backside safety of that tight end so they can't just hit you on a streak up the middle. Take your user, bring him down like this, and then keep it contained. What they may do is streak, and then, not ID. They're going to ID this guy and try cut blocking you to be able to roll out. The biggest thing in this kind of situation is just to make sure you do engage, because you can see right there, if you do engage and you don't get like sucked down, you're going to be able to cover that streak over the top and then also get some pressure as well. So this is, weirdly enough, it's going to be the best way to probably defend this one certain play. Of course, they may start hitting you with, I don't know, something like this and do our previous setup, where they go like that. The next thing you do is, again, blitz all linebackers, press, and then you can go ahead, put A into hook curl, shade down, and then just re-flat the cloud flats, and bring your user here and just take away. This is kind of where a game of chess starts to rise out of it. Let's just say he wants to streak this guy, snap the ball, so we know we can get the streak, and right there, bang, screaming. Now, if they were to throw that little drag, if you have a zoned out player or a high zone rating player that's playing the cloud flat, he's going to be able to make a play on the ball quick enough to where they get maybe 2 or 3 yards. And no, very few players are going to take 2-yard or 3-yard check down every single time, because eventually you're going to adjust and you're going to scream at them while bagging them. So there's just a couple of adjustments I would do personally if I'm going against somebody that likes to send this kind of route combo. Again, playing underneath without very many deep zones is an extremely aggressive defense, but you can often pay off with it. Reason being is because in Mut particularly, you got people that are just so fast, they're going to get to the QB before they can even throw a streak or a corner out or whatever the case may be. So that's going to take care of this video. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure you hit that subscribe button. We are officially at 900. We are, I don't even know how to describe this. We are like at the finish line practically to hit our first 1,000 subscribers. So until next time, guys, hit that sub button with the notifications and get in the lab. This has been T Meister. See ya.